Hi, everybody. Today I was asked by the administration to make a video on Kagan cooperative learning for our professional development. I was trained in Kagan in 2018 at the MISD, and I've used it in my classroom ever since. I also have included several videos and some helpful pictures from teachers in the district who also have been trained to use Kagan. So just a special thanks to Kelly Wicken in third grade, Amber Patton in second grade, Sarah Carlson, our elementary music teacher, Colleen Aiello, who teaches language arts at the middle school, and Mr. Wicken, who teaches high school social studies. So thank you guys all for helping me make this video today. All right, so the topics that will be covered throughout the duration of this training, including the foundations of Kagan, so like the research behind why it works and why, Armada chooses to send teachers every year to the MISD to get trained in it. Certain language of Kagan, so how it is, like they use the word rally or robin, what that means and how you can interpret it. How you can set up your classroom seating chart to better meet the needs of students, why class and team building is important for Kagan, the idea of tip, teach, so not just telling kids to tell others the answer, but having them give tips on how to get that answer, and then just different structures that can be set up and used in your classroom. So just a little bit about me. My name is Jennifer Lucido Venditelli. I teach fifth grade here at Krause Elementary School, and I have for the past 5 years. Last year, I took a long year leave for my son who was born in September. So this is my son, Joseph, and I am, as I said, been teaching here for 5 years. I'm also a graduate of Armada High School. So a lot of you watching this video may have had me as a student at some point in your life. If not, you probably know me because you work with me. All right, so I mean, you guys all know I love cats, so somewhere I had to sneak in pictures of them. So these are my 3 cats. This is Gizmo. She's my favorite. She is 10. All right, so behind the principles of Kagan, they use the acronym PIES. So the P, I, E, and S all stand for something. So the P stands for positive interdependence. So the goal of using Kagan is to allow students to work in groups together through positive interactions. They all have to depend on each other through positive interactions. The I stands for individual accountability. So being able to hold each child accountable for their portion of learning and being able to see that they are actively engaging in your classroom, which plays into the E, which is equal participation. So being able to make sure that all of your kids are being able to participate in the classroom the same amount versus the traditional, asking a question, a kid raises their hand, you call them the same kids probably 4 or 5 times. I did a lot of this my first year teaching. I probably called them the same 2 kids constantly. So this is going to give you different strategies to not call on the same kids and being able to include participation from multiple students or students that maybe you don't hear from when you ask a question and ask them to respond. And then simultaneous interaction. So Kagan kind of pushes away from the idea of having one student answer the teacher or a couple students answer the teacher. Instead, it's having them interact with each other as well as the teacher so that they get a better understanding of the material. So when I was going through the Kagan book that they gave me during my training, I found this pyramid and I thought that it was really interesting and very applicable to the Kagan learning style. So I think that Kagan kind of focuses on this bottom half here. So being able to practice by doing or teaching others or working in group discussions. And this is kind of opposite of what the traditional teaching model is, where you lecture or you read something and you have to answer response questions. So instead of doing this, Kagan kind of shifts the pyramid to having, students teach each other, which plays into like tip, teach, or doing something for another student and having them check it, or working in a group. So this is what we will kind of be focusing on today. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here and I want you to complete this Padlet. The question is going to be, what is your current knowledge of Kagan? So if you're a senior Kagan member and you've been using it for longer than I have or some of the other teachers that have helped me with this video, go ahead and tell us that. And then because Kagan uses the acronym PIE as their foundation, if you could also include a picture of your favorite pie. So I did the Padlet here. So here was a snip clip of mine. I said, hi, my favorite is pumpkin pie. And I completed the Kagan training in 2018 and I love using it in my classroom. So if you can go ahead and contribute to that Padlet and then go on to the next video. Thank you.